I know what it is like to struggle with gaining weight. I'm 29 years old, been stuck in a 16-year-old body for years, and this is the first time in my life where I genuinely feel like I am officially in a woman's body. I wish I had this information, but it took me 4 years, and I know it's gonna take you a lot less time. Goddesses, welcome to this video. As you can see in the title of the video, it is me sharing my natural BBL journey, but specifically if you are a goddess that struggles with gaining weight. I have struggled with gaining weight and all that and more for years, okay, since I can remember. Saw the difference. Listen, I have struggled with holding 100 pounds all of my life. When I started my fitness journey, but overall my pole journey, that is where I started to see shift in my body. Finally, after 4 years of being on this pole journey, fitness journey, I am a steady 115 pounds in all the right places, okay? I want to make this clear before we dive deeper into this video. There is a whole process that I did where I sculpted my body to have that natural BBL body. But with that being said, with all the information that I'm gonna share with you goddesses, it's not gonna take you 4 years. It's probably gonna take you less than a year. With that all being said, let's just dive right into it on how I sculpted a natural BBL body. Let's get into it. There's about 6 points that I'm going to make in this video, and these are very, very, very important key components on how I went from this to this, okay? With that being said, please stick along on this journey. Definitely don't forget to love on that like button if you have learned anything from this video. So the first tip that I'm going to share with you goddesses that is very, very important to this journey, especially when it comes to weight gain, is your mindset. Like I said, I struggled with gaining weight pretty much all of my life. And one of the major keys, you have to change your mindset. I did believe that my body was going to change, but I really, really had to believe in myself and really believing that it was possible for my body to change into getting to the desired body that I wanted. When it comes to transforming your body, which you are going to be doing, it has to start with your mindset, because we can't just jump into working out our body and me sharing all the tips and tricks that I did and you don't see results in a month. You're going to be upset with yourself. It's going to take time. Very important when it comes to your mindset. So I'm going to share a few tips on what I did to help my mindset on my journey. The number one key component is asking yourself this question. And what that question is, does anyone share the same look as me? Does anyone sound like me? Does anyone walk like me, talk like me? The reason I say that is because I know naturally we compare ourselves to other people. You have to ask yourself this very important question, and ultimately the answer is going to be no. That was my issue, you guys. Like, I compared myself to a lot of pole dancers when I started my pole dancing journey because I wanted to get to their level, and I was telling myself I'm never gonna get to that level. And I did get to that level. But it started with me asking that simple question of, do they look like me? Do they walk like me? Do they talk like me? Do they sound like me? The answer was obviously no. The second most important thing as well that really helped me solidify my journey was journaling. Journaling is very, very, very important. I started my shadow work journey and my journaling journey back in 2020. I actually created a shadow work journal book for myself, but as well, it's now being sold on Barnes & Noble. So if you goddesses are interested in it, I will leave a link in the description. This shadow work journal specifically is to help you on your journey. So of course, you're going to unpack a lot of things from childhood trauma all the way to your teenage years, to adulthood, to your higher self. So with that being said, you start this journey that you need to be real with yourself, honest with yourself in order to move on to the next step. Again, your mental space is extremely important on this journey. If you are not mentally equipped, you're not really going to get far. At least this is number 3 to when it comes to mindset, meditation. Meditation is something that has helped me a lot. My favorite thing to do is just taking deep breaths. That is a form of meditation. Taking a moment out of your day for like 5 minutes and just taking a couple of deep breaths. And that's just going to help, one, bring peace within yourself. And if you are like have high stress levels, this is something that's going to help you a lot. If you are someone that just kind of wants to start the journey of meditation, you can play meditation sounds at night while you sleep, and they can be like affirmation meditation. It's when it comes to fitness or the dream body that you desire and stuff like that, to kind of just get your mind into the right place. So that was number one, and now we're going to move on to number two. Number two is your ritual routine. I created an ebook that I'm going to be launching in the next month. And in this ebook, I created a schedule specifically on what I did when I started my fitness journey with pole. And one of the biggest things that is very important when it comes to your fitness journey, going towards the dream body that you desire, create discipline, which means you have to create a routine that is something that works for your lifestyle. So I created a routine ritual checklist. So this is literally what I did back in like 2020 when I started my journey, like month 1 and month 2. I started with yoga in the morning. Then I have pole for 1 hour every other day, protein smoothies with the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient was literally the catalyst to my journey. What actually really helped me not only gain weight, but retain weight. So definitely stay tuned until the end of the video. Then after that, I would do a protein shake smoothie after I do my pole workout. And then I would drink a protein smoothie with my meal, nighttime yoga. This was a routine that I was able to implement in my schedule of life. Created a checklist ritual for you goddesses to get started with in the ebook, which is, morning routine as well as nighttime routine. And then you can create your own checklist. That doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what my routine is. You have to create what works for your lifestyle. If you can only do yoga in the morning before you go to work, then do that right now. You have to take baby steps in order to get to where you want to be. I would definitely recommend try implementing at least 2 things, getting into the groove of your routine and all that and more. So that is step number 2 to the process. And now we're going to move on to step number 3. For my petite goddesses, please hear me when I say this. This is like very important. The meals that you intake and the food that you intake is extremely important to weight gain. I'm gonna put it all out there. You work a 9-to-5 job, or you're just on the go and you forget to eat, and you may only eat once, like in the morning, and you have a big meal night, like before you go to bed and whatever. You don't really intake that much food. You're not intaking protein. Protein is one of the number one keys, because you will have to fuel your transformation. If you are in the process and you're not fueling yourself in the right way, you're not going to see the results that you want to see. I definitely drink a lot of protein during my process. Like after I would work out, I would drink a lot of protein. Looked up like high calorie foods. Learned that when it comes to high calorie foods, I'm going to show you a quick little image. Avocado has high calorie, and it's also very healthy. I do not eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in like 7 to 8 years. And that's not necessarily because I chose that. I am a pescatarian. I only eat fish. That was one of the things that I struggled with, where it's like, okay, I can't eat meat, and I know meat has a lot of protein. I had to figure out other ways to gain weight and that had protein. Bananas have high protein. There's yogurt, salmon, like I said, fish, oats, tofu, potatoes. There's a lot of options out there that have high calories, have high fatty foods. And on top of that, I eat a lot of, like I said, fish, seafood, and whatnot has helped me with my weight gain. Protein is very important. You struggle with like eating because you're not hungry, so you just go on the go. I'm going to share with y'all ingredient that I use that literally natural and that helped me not only just retain the weight but keep the weight on, and also made me hungry. So now we're going to move on to number 4. Number 4, we are going to be focusing on gaining muscle. So for me, gaining muscle was one of the crucial foundations to me actually finally like gaining weight. Will that really help? I kind of felt like my body was going to be like more masculine or whatever. But with pole, I actually grew a booty. I had a butt, but my butt grew even more because of the muscle mass that I was creating. My thighs got thicker and I looked very feminine, and I was really shocked. I want to make this clear. I'm not a gym girly, so pole is the fitness that I do. So when I saw that my body was finally gaining muscle, but I was also gaining weight through muscle mass, I was like, wow, this is like the first step. Like, I'm seeing actual changes within my body. And to be very clear with you goddesses too, if you're somebody that's watching this and you're like, well, when did you start seeing gain in muscle and all that more? And again, with all the process of the protein drinks that I was drinking that helped me and my body, I would say I saw a huge difference within 6 to 8 months. So I just want to put that out there. Number 5 is literally the breakthrough. This is what shifted everything in my life. This is actually where I started to really gain. Again, I want to reiterate this. This took me 4 years to figure this out, okay? So after you created the routine that works for you and all that and more, this is the very important part, especially if you are someone that is doing pole and you're consistent with it. This is where it's going to shift. You are now going to stop pole dancing and you're only going to be focusing on yoga, okay? That is one of the key parts, because what I learned is you're pretty much shocking your body. If you're creating this routine, your body gets used to it, especially if you keep up with it for a good 7 to 8 months. Your body is used to it now. So that's what it knows. So it's locking that in, going through a withdrawal where you're not pole dancing as consistently and very heavily anymore. You're just going to be focusing on yoga, meaning stretching your body and keeping up with that routine. And your body is now going to start to shift. But here is one of the things that I did that really helped me to gaining weight, was using these protein shakes that had about 200 to 350 calories. I stopped pole dancing for a good 6 months and I was literally drinking these protein drinks as well as just only strictly doing yoga. Now, I wasn't doing yoga every day, but I would say I would do it about like 3 times a week. Definitely pay attention to when you do drink these protein drinks. Some of them I would drink on an empty stomach and it kind of messed with my stomach. I have a very sensitive stomach. You goddesses might be okay, but that was one of the things that I kind of noticed. I eat something with it, I'm okay. That was like one of the major things that helped me gain weight. And here is the other thing that really helped my journey as well, that I've been keeping a secret until this very moment, and that is maca root. Maca root was a huge part of when I started doing my protein drink. That was going in my protein smoothies as well when I started my journey. That was what I did. I stopped pole dancing very heavily and I would drink these protein drinks. You're going to be doing maca root for a good 4 months and then you're going to stop taking maca root. That's what I did. I wasn't consistently taking it the whole entire time because I didn't really want my body to get used to it. So I did it for those couple of months, putting it in my protein shakes, and then I stopped. Now at number 6, this is where we sculpt the body. So like I stated in number 5, when I stopped doing pole, I stopped doing pole for a good, I want to say like 6 months, but I did pole out of that 6 months hiatus maybe once or twice. So by this point, you goddesses should see a difference. Protein shakes that had like 350 calories or 250 calories, and I noticed that I couldn't really fit my pole outfits anymore. And I will show you a picture up close where like my stomach is kind of hanging, not really hanging, but you know, it's kind of like poking out, and it was like, oh my god, I can't even fit this outfit the way that I used to. It's an extra small and I can't fit this anymore. So that's how I knew that I gained weight. And I was really happy because that was the first time that I had ever experienced that. Now getting back on the pole. And when it comes to getting back on the pole, you're gonna start doing your like similar routines and all that and more. It's gonna be kind of hard for me to explain like how I went about like my pole journey specifically on once I had gained weight, what I did, I'm actually rebooting my Patreon. Know that there are goddesses out there that want to learn from me. So I'm going to start uploading new videos when it comes to my Patreon and all that and more. I will leave that in the link in description. But specifically when it came to me getting back into the studio, I was still doing the same thing that I would always do, but I will admit that I wasn't as strong that I was 6 months prior when I had stopped getting on the pole. But it's like working back that muscle memory. And you guys, I'm not going to lie to y'all. And I went back to the studio, I want to say towards the end of November and December, January like 5th of 2024, this is what my body looked like. My stomach on flat fat. Okay, like this was the dream body that I have been desiring. I've always looked like this, you know what I'm saying? All of my life. It's kind of like one of those things where you just know you would fit. You know that's you. And it's like, okay, how are we gonna get there? Because you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort and all that and more. It's like, I know I'm talking about pole when it comes to fitness. If you are a gym girly, like, don't know if it's gonna be like the same for you, but I'm pretty sure it will be if you're focusing on certain aspects of your body, like your stomach or your arms or whatever the case is. But the beautiful thing about pole is it's a form of calisthenics, which means that you're working out every aspect of your body. Really toned my body within a month and a half. I saw a huge difference. So with that being said, if you are someone that maybe has never thought about doing pole, and now that you kind of know a little bit more information of how pole is literally calisthenics and it's literally really sculpts every part of your body. So I just wanted to share that. Now let's get back into the video. So with that being said, if you are a goddess that is someone that struggles with gaining weight, like a lot, like myself, like I've struggled all my life, I have an ebook that I'm going to be dropping next month in April. So if you are a goddess that is interested and you actually want to cop the copy of this ebook, I will leave a sign up in the link in description. For anyone that signs up, you will be entered in a raffle to win one of my ebooks for free, obviously. And I will be choosing 10 goddesses specifically to win this book. And the beautiful thing about this book, it has a daily workbook as well in it. It has habit tracker, also daily reflection, just tracking your week goals, and so much more in this book. So definitely sign up in the link in description so you goddesses will be notified and you can possibly win a free ebook. And if you are a goddess that is struggling with gaining weight, please comment down below. I know what it's like, and I want to build more of a community of goddesses that come from this struggle. And as you can see, I've gained weight, I am slim thick. Subscribe as well as comment down below, and I would love to talk to you. I love engaging with you goddesses. It really makes my heart full, and just knowing that I am helping goddesses out there that are struggling, because I wish I had this information, but it took me 4 years, and I know it's going to take you a lot less time. Do not forget to subscribe if you have yet to, and do not forget to level that like button if you have yet to. I will check you goddesses in the next video. Mwah, bye.
Let's go!